everyone, Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, and it is not coming to you from La Paz, Baja, Mexico. As a matter of fact, I am still in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute, but thank you for checking in. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you spending time with us, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Well, as I mentioned, we are not in La Paz right now, but this is going to cover everything going on back down there in La Paz for this past week of the dates of February 1st through the 7th of 2023. Okay, like I said, we're in Salt Lake City right now. We just spent an incredible week at the Western Hunt and Fishing Expo. No, excuse me, got to get this right. At the Western Hunt and Conservation Expo. So many names here, but that's where we've been for the past week. What an incredible show. I think there was something like 700 exhibitors there. It occupied pretty much the entire downtown Salt Palace Convention Center. From what I understand, in 4 days, it had something like 50,000 people there. Take a look at some of these photos. What you're seeing first is, well, you know, this whole thing was filled with something like 50,000 people over the last 4 days. We are breaking down our booth and we're loading things up. We're going to be heading down to Del Mar, San Diego area, but take a look at this space. It's empty right now, but it was filled up to max capacity. We were jam-packed for 4 days at our booth, sold a lot of reservations, a lot of folks coming down to see us. A lot of you, thank you so much for stopping by. A lot of our good long-time Tailhunter tribe members came by to say hi. Great to see everyone. Great to make new friends as well. We're looking forward to having so many of you down to fish with us this coming year, 2023, in La Paz, Baja, Mexico. Okay, as far as fishing is concerned down south, not much happening once again. If you're brand new to my Tailhunter Mexican Minute, you'll know that November to April is not a real good time to be coming down. It's windy. If there's storms in the United States, you're going to find it's going to affect the weather down south. Again, very, very windy. About the only folks who love the weather down in Mexico right now and down in La Paz where we are the windsurfers and the kiteboarders. There's a big reason for that. It's because there's a lot of wind, and this past week, a lot of wind. In fact, we even had a couple of days of rain. At our Tailhunter restaurant, we've got the heaters on outside so people can eat and drink their margaritas and listen to our live music. It's that cold, it's that windy. Now, I know if you're from North Dakota or Wyoming or Canada, you're going to laugh at us because the weather temperatures we consider to be cold are in the upper 60s, lower 70s. Doesn't seem like it's real cold, but for us, very, very cold, especially when the wind is blowing. And I know everyone comes down. A lot of our snowbirds want to come down because it is certainly warmer than where you're coming from. But in terms of what we consider warm and cold, very, very chilly and not real good to be out in the water. As I said, it rained for a couple days, cloudy, sunshine, a little bit of sunshine, but very, very windy outside. This coming week, from what I understand, I just heard right now, it's going to be so windy that the port captain has closed down the port to all boat traffic for the next couple of days, and it won't be open until further notice. This past week, I had to turn away a couple of folks, I think maybe about 6 or 7 folks that wanted to fish on various days, had to cancel some divers. All of these folks, I always warn everyone, listen, you got a big chance of either getting canceled or blown off the water, and that's what happened this past week. I've already turned down a couple of folks today who wanted to go out in a few days, and just tell them, look, I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't want to cover anything up. I want to be honest about expectations and tell you that it's going to be blowing, and in fact, the port captain has closed things down. So sorry to be a buzzkill, but I don't have any control over the weather, and I'd rather be honest and upfront about expectations. So when we have been able to get out, there's some fish out there. There must still be some warm water because a couple Dorados still being caught here and there. There's some tuna over by the south end of Cerralvo Island, some nice 30, 40, 50-pound class tuna. And then the inshore fish, the pargo, the cabria, the amberjack, some smaller yellowtail, the sierra, the reef fish, the snapper are all in right there. But the problem is getting out and being able to get on a boat and go fishing. And the other part of it, if it's really windy, really rough, even if you could get out, the aspect of getting live bait is very, very difficult when the bait guys can't get close to the rocks, close to the beaches, when big waves are crashing in and scattering all of the bait. So that's a very big issue. I just want to be upfront and honest that this coming week does not look very, very promising for going fishing or diving or being on the water unless you're a kiteboarder or a windsurfer. Okay, we are packing things up here in Salt Lake City. As a matter of fact, I'm bundled up once again. It's snowing outside. It's been snowing for 2 days. I think it's about 11 or 12 degrees out there. it's really good for us because when it's snowing and cold outside, it drives everyone to these shows, and we look really, really good for telling folks, come on down, put your toes in the sand. The only snow and ice you're going to see is going to be in a margarita glass. We've got warm waters, we've got blue skies. It's a great selling point for us in La Paz at these shows. So we're packing things up. We're going to get back on the road again. First night going to be in Las Vegas, then we're going to get back on the road, and we're headed to the San Diego area, to the Del Mar Fairgrounds. The Fred Hall shows have been renamed the Bart Hall shows, and they're back, and it's going to be in Del Mar at the fairgrounds. So I'll post up some information about that. We're looking forward to having you down. We're looking forward to seeing you there in the San Diego area once again. It's been 3 years since we've had a show down there. It's going to be the first Southern California show of the season. Everyone's excited about it. We're looking forward to seeing you down there. So I'll post some information about it after the end of this video. So take a look at that. But for now, I'm Jonathan Roldan for the Mexican Minute. We're looking forward to having you come down to see us in La Paz. Thank you very much for checking in. You take care. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a like, and please don't forget to subscribe. Take care. We'll see you next week.